Section 2. You will hear a teacher talking to a group of students about steam engines. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
So, class, let's pick up from where we left off in our previous lesson. If you recall, we were discussing the history of the steam engine, and that it goes way back to the 1st century AD, when the Greek mathematician, Hero of Alexandria, invented the aeolipile. This device had little practical value, but it did prove that the power of steam could be used to move an object. In the centuries that followed, more steam-powered devices were invented, but they too had little practical value. Similar to Hero's invention, they were also experimental devices that simply demonstrated the properties of steam. Britain was a major force in the development of the steam engine and steam locomotive in the 18th and 19th centuries. The first commercial steam engine was invented by Thomas Savery, an English inventor who patented a device that used steam to pump water. The steam engine that he created in the early 1700s had no moving parts and was meant to be used to remove water from flooded mines. However, it did not have much commercial success, as it did not work well beyond a depth of around 30 feet. Savery's engine was improved upon by another Englishman, Thomas Newcomen, who added pistons and other moving parts to the design. Newcomen's steam engine was a great improvement, and by 1733 his engines had been installed in most of the mining districts in Britain and on the European mainland. In the 1760s, more significant improvements to the steam engine were made by James Watt, a Scotsman. It was his steam engine that opened the door to the invention of steam locomotives. Coincidentally, Watt's steam engine also led to the invention of the steamboat in the United States, when John Fitch, an American inventor and engineer, adapted the engine Watt had built so that it could power a boat. Although prototypes had previously been created, the first full-scale steam locomotive was built in Britain by Richard Trevithick in the early 1800s. Unfortunately, it was not well received, as it was not only uncomfortable for passengers, but also more expensive to run than a horse-drawn carriage. So it was abandoned. In 1814, the first successful steam locomotive was built by yet another British inventor, George Stephenson. By 1825, Stephenson had also constructed the first public railway for steam locomotives.